So I felt very ashamed. I was embarrassed. I was over 300 pounds.
She built one of the most recognized bariatric podcasts in the game. But before any of that, she was just a girl who had surgery alone.
I had panic attacks several times. Like, they don't talk about it.
2 years post-op, 50 pounds regained, and a medical team that never saw it coming because they were never really looking.
Everything was just slowly not happening.
This week, Mel from Our Sleeve Life podcast pulls up to Bariatric Paths, and we're not holding anything back.
Your ego's going to get smashed.
Trust me, you're not ready for this one.
Welcome back to Bariatric Paths, where we have real conversations about weight loss, the bariatric journey, and the mindset shifts that come with it. If you're new here, I'm Jatoya, and this space is for people navigating any weight loss journey in real life. Let's get into today's episode. All right. I am super excited today because we have Mel here from the Our Sleeve Life podcast. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. This is new to be on the opposite end of the microphone. So I'm really excited to just tell my story and like get to know your followers and your audience more.
Yes, I have been watching your podcast for a while now, and you have been definitely an inspiration. So I was excited that you agreed to come and stop by and chat with us.
Of
So we'll
course.
just jump right in.
Okay.
So with your Our Sleeve Life podcast, you have been able to build a space where people feel seen and heard in ways that they don't often feel when they have their everyday life. How would you describe the community you've created?
I mean, they're so open. Like, that's what I would say. Like, the people that I have around me are and in this space, this safe space, are those that are very open to like feedback and reflection, and they seem to be open to like new information. So like we can talk about so many different subjects in this community, and we can help each other out on so many different facets of our life. Like it's pretty intriguing because like you don't realize it until you start going to like meetups and getting to know each other in person, and then more online, and like going to the lives every week, like do so much for like your mental health. Like being around, I think, your people at least once a week just goes a long way for your mental health. Like I've been noticing it myself. So I would just say these people are just incredible.
Because that's one thing I noticed, like only bariatric people get bariatric life.
Right? Yeah.
So
100%.
what was missing in your own bariatric journey where you felt like I need to build this space?
So for those that don't know, I'm actually 10 years post-op. So I had surgery May 13th of 2015. And so back then, like there wasn't the space, there wasn't this big community. I mean, I searched for it. There wasn't a lot. So I was like, okay, so like I'm in the newer era of sleeve. And they did say that. They were like, we've only been doing sleeve for like 5 years. And I actually, we went back and forth between the arm and mind sleeve for a long time and wasn't sure. And I was like, well, I just really don't want anything. I was very naive. I was like, I don't want anything rerouting. Like it's going to mess up my insides, like all this stuff. And so having surgery and losing weight and not having anybody to really talk to about it was very isolating. I didn't tell people I had surgery unless you're in my like core circle. Like I didn't tell you, you didn't know, unless someone told you. Like it was like word of mouth for Mel's surgery or not. So I felt very ashamed. I was embarrassed. I was over 300 pounds and I was 28 at the time. So I was like, I can't keep going, right? Like that was my scare, was like, at the rate that I'm going, I'm going to get to 400. We need to figure something out. My dad died from liver cancer, but he also had a heart attack and a stroke prior to him actually dying from liver cancer. So like I got to see the gambit of what can happen. And yeah, it was like, I have to do something because I felt so alone. And Kel, my old co-host, she had surgery and it was 4 years after me. And that's when I realized oh my God, there's a community. there's people. Um, and then I'm always have a love for podcasting. I listen to a lot of different types of podcasts, like true crime podcasts. I listen to like Joe Rogan and all the comedian guys, Two Bears, One Cave, the YMH Studios, even Dr. Rhonda Patrick. Like it's the gambit, and I love it. And I always thought like I don't like a paywall for information. I don't like it. For knowledge, it's like that's not how this should work. I was like, okay, what can I do? Because I went 4 years with no support, no nothing. I searched, is there any podcast for weight loss surgery, bariatric surgery, anything I can think of? And you come up with a lot of doctors. Um, and there wasn't a lot of patient driven. And if there were, they were in the space for like a hot minute and then they would be like gone. Right. So, because guys, podcasting is very hard. It is not,
It's work. It's
it's
definitely
real
work.
work. You're putting on an actual TV show that's audio and video. So really you're
And it's
doing
like
double.
one person doing it all.
Yeah, one person. It's insane. So yeah, I pitched my idea to my old co-host and she was like all for it. So that's where OSLP was created, was out of my life of feeling so alone and ashamed and embarrassed. Like I was like, I can't want anybody else to feel this way.
So you mentioned how when you first got your surgery, it wasn't being talked about or shared as much as it is now. Do you
Yeah.
think the craze of like Ozempic and everyone being so open about that, people are a little bit more willing to share their journey?
I feel like they are. I'm noticing people are willing to like, all right, well, I take a pill or we're taking injections. Okay, so there's a lot of overlap in the worlds of GLP-1 and bariatrics and weight loss surgery, right? So it's
Mhm.
really nice because it's actually, I think, amplifying that, hey, like, if you don't like me using a GLP-1, then I could go this route is kind of like, I feel like the verbiage that's happening right now. So there's actually getting a lot of eyes on bariatrics than I think
Mhm.
that it's ever been before. Because yeah, 10 years ago, like people thought when you said bariatric, they're like, you mean geriatric? And it's like, no, not at all.
Yeah.
Those are two different types of people of like and what's going on. So and now you can say bariatric and they get it. They're like, oh, is that the weight loss surgery thing?
Mhm.
You're right. You're right.
Exactly. And maybe they're a little bit more open to it because a lot of people, when you're on the GLP-1s, especially if you have a certain amount, it's only going to take you so far. So, but maybe like once you get that momentum, you're just like, I want to keep going. So you might be a little bit more open to the possibility of going and get surgery than you were before because you're starting to see like progress.
Hmm.
So I think the conversation is definitely popping. So I'm glad that we have our communities because I agree, it's a lot of doctors.
On doctors, and that's fine. Thank you for wanting to have like another outlet for us to like have as a resource. But Brock, we need
Yeah.
real patience. So thank you for
Yes.
getting on it with the podcast because I was starting to like get a little sad this little like over the summer because like there's been a lot of shifting in the community with our people and actually really in the podcasting world. So like
Mhm.
the Barry Mel experience is not doing any podcasting anymore. Talk Barry
Mhm.
to me is not going live anymore on Sundays. It's just they'll just be a podcast. So that's cool. They did not leave. I was like, Shar, don't leave us, please. Like we need as many podcasters as we can be, like because we need all this information. We need actual firsthand because it's not really out there. It's just
Mhm.
mm-mm.
So you call your listeners the benchies. What does that term mean to you and how has it shaped the vibe of your community? Because you guys definitely have a vibe over there.
Oh, I love it. So Benchies is actually those are my people. Those are the peeps. So but you actually have to go over to patreon.com/OSLP to become a Benchie. So there's a whole rhyme or reason behind it because we were really tired of hearing like you're on the losers bench.
Mm.
When like we were coming up in the community, it was all about like, oh, you're the loser, like you're on the losers bench.
Yeah.
And
I blame Biggest Loser for that.
I do too. 100%. Oh my God. Did you watch the Netflix thing? Oh my goodness. Woo!
I just finished that.
We've been talking about
I
that in a little
just
bit.
finished that a couple of days
Yeah.
ago. That's why it was on my head. Biggest
Yep.
Loser.
Well, and that was the thing is that like we got called losers and like we're lazy and we're dumb because like we're fat, right? So I'm like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to be called that anymore. So we actually call it over there is our support group. They're literally ages from like 24 all the way to like in their 60s. Like we have every culture in there. It's really fun. And they are on the winner's bench. That's what it's
Mm.
called. So when you do the $10 or higher, you get entered into these people and they're just a bunch of fun, amazing people. And like anytime I travel or go anywhere, like I meet up with them. If they come to my town, I go and meet them. We go do stuff. Like I went to Lincoln City and saw Jean. She's one of my benchies. We're about to have a benchy meetup next week on September. I don't know when this airs, but this on September 6th, I will be meeting a bunch of my benchies. We're going to go on either like a hike or a walk and maybe go look at some antique stuff together and have lunch. Like where we just are just it's just a whole vibe and it's so fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because we all know like we came from the same point of feeling embarrassed and ashamed. It always just comes back to that, right? It's just kind of wild.
Mm-hmm.
But they are my people. Come over and be a benchy. They get so many perks, and I hang out with you. Like that's why I love them.
You just need some people who get it. That's not necessarily going to judge you, but going to encourage you. Because one thing I've noticed in this bariatric space, and I wonder if this is why our community is changing a little bit, but there's a lot of what I call like toxic positivity, where people are only really interested in hearing either the glorious success stories or like the absolute god awful worst case scenario. Quick pause. If you're finding this conversation helpful and want something tangible to take with you, I have a free bariatric tracker at bariatricpaths.com/free. It covers food, protein, water, vitamins, exercise, mood, everything we talk about on this show. Grab it for free. The link is in the show notes. Now let's jump right back in. So, have you ever felt pressure to sugarcoat the hard parts of this journey for your audience just so it's not so
So true.
negative or toxic where we're only thinking about the bad stuff?
I've never had like outside pressure. I've had some like internal pressures to
Mm-hmm.
where I'm like, how do I balance showing you my real side and making sure you realize that you're not gonna like I don't want to scare you away from bariatrics. You know what I mean? And I have a
Mm-hmm.
dark side. I have depression. Like I talk about it. Like it's not fun by any means. And what helps me is doing what I do. And so it's just really hard to be vulnerable online, and it's so much
Mm-hmm.
easier to show like, "Oh, look at me, I'm eating my food correctly today," like, "Oh, I took my vitamins," like, you see it, right? Like, it's out
Mm-hmm.
there, and it's fine if it's real. Like, you see me, I'm like, "Oh, my alarm went off, I better take my vitamin, I would've forgot," like, it's real shit. But when you see it so posy, you're just like, "Stop. Just stop what you're doing."
Yeah.
Just be real
Yeah.
about it. And if you're real right now is not taking your vitamins or getting your protein, then talk about it because you're not the only one. We all go through phases. And
Mm-hmm.
like I go through seasons of where I'm like on it, like right now, that's where I'm at. Like I've really about my health right now. I've been making sure like I journal, I go to my therapy sessions. I do double therapy sessions if I need it. Like I got one tomorrow and I normally go on Tuesdays. So like, and that's the thing is I'm not opposed to doing the work. I like doing the work. I like learning. So, and if it's about me, then even cooler. And then if I can make myself better for others, then I'm going to do it. And I think that's the deal is like just show the work or show the non-work. I showed a reel of me just crying. I think 2 Tuesdays ago after therapy. Like let's just show all the things, please. I think that is way more value than us trying to stop the negative because and the toxic because it's like guys it's real unless like we're
Mm-hmm.
throwing away some real toxic people like those that's a little different like we can get those out
Mm-hmm.
of our out of our bariatric community we don't need any of those
Yes. And I mean, not necessarily in our community either, but definitely in like in the Facebook groups and some of the TikTok lives, I just have to kind of scroll through because it gets very judgy or just, woe is me. This was the worst decision of my life. And I do know that's some people's stories, but like you said, you don't want to scare people from doing their own journey either. So it's a balance trying to not control the narrative, but just to make sure it's still light and not so scary for everyone who's like participating. Because
Yeah,
comparison is everywhere. Everybody wants to compare what they're doing to everyone else. They want to know, well, how fast did you lose? I'm three. I see so many. I'm 3 months post-op and I'm only lost 20 pounds.
that's
I'm
a
a slow
lot.
loser. I'm like, how's that a slow loser? When's the last time you lost 20 pounds?
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I love it, girlfriend, because it's so true. It's like, when have you ever lost 20 pounds that fast in your life? Like, pick a time.
Exactly.
Because I know I haven't.
Exactly.
I know I
Yeah.
have, and I was a slow loser. And it's funny thinking about it. I had people kind of trying to make me feel bad that I was slow loser. I had the whole
Mm.
like, isn't it weird that you're only losing like 2 pounds a week instead of like 3 or 4, like everyone else? Like I've had that. I've had the reverse happen to me.
Especially if you start at a certain like weight, because I was 387. And so I was just like, I have so much to lose. Like it needs to happen now.
Now, now, yeah,
But
yeah. And it's frustrating when people don't, like, because you're just like, okay, well, they're bigger than me, so obviously that
mhm,
they might even lose faster because of that, or they're
mhm,
just gonna lose a big chunk. So it's like, don't compare yourself to really
mhm,
anyone. And I think for me, I was almost fighting the narrative outside of my like circle so much that I didn't even think about anybody else. I was more or less like,
mm.
nah, bitch, like I'm just because I'm a slow loser doesn't mean that I'm not gonna get there. Like, don't
Yeah,
underestimate me just because like I'm only losing 2 pounds or a pound and a half. Like I'm working out and I'm doing my jam. I'm like, let's just see where my body kind of lays. That's what I was trying to figure out.
just let
Um,
your body do your thing, do its
yeah,
own thing.
I was a rectangle my whole life until I was like, till I got through to 28 and then 29 happened. And then I'm like, oh, I have curves? What? Hold on. Like, I have a waist? No way. So it's kind of like I was more excited about what my body was like changing into than worrying about like other people. So guys, I find like that's one of my traits, like I will say, like is something I love about myself is that I don't really compare myself to others. Like, and I think it really helps your mindset, guys. Like, fight yourself, make a
Mhm.
goal, make a game out of it. Sometimes I play video games, so I'm like in my head, I'm like, ooh, level up. Like, and it's real level up in my head. Like, this is like,
Yeah,
ooh, Yoshi, don't want, like, I want to hear the coin. Like, we're going the whole nine. Like, I love that shit. I'd rather do that than focus on someone else's journey and then try to beat them. Like,
exactly.
it's kind of icky. I don't like it.
Yeah, because I always say, like, it's not a test. Like, no one is gonna come up and say, "You didn't do this, this, this," and, like, just live your life. Just live your life. Do you feel that, like, because you're, a voice in this community, if someone reaches out to you asking you those questions of, "What did you do?" or do you find yourself almost kinda, like, timid to give your exact way because you don't want them to think that, like, now you're the standard? Because how it worked for you is gonna work the same way for them.
So I always say that part. It, like, but I answer it. I answered it. I was like,
Mhm,
exactly what I did. I was because I had no one around me to tell me any different. I had that Bible, right? The book, and that was
mhm,
my life. And I love school. I was literally going for my bachelor's during my weight loss surgery like journey. So like I treated it like a research book, and I went through the damn thing. And me and my ex-husband, like we followed the food guideline to a T. Like he likes to cook, so for
mhm,
him it was like a challenge. And
mhm,
I think it's a better way to just go like, let's go all in, do exactly what the book says, and let's not play around with the rules until you're outside your 1 year to 2 years. That's kind of how
mhm,
I treated it because I was too scared to do anything different. I was too
Mm-hmm.
afraid of the haters making fun of me because I didn't lose all the weight or I didn't keep it off. So like, well, if I just do exactly what the doctors say, then I have to be good, right? Like I just have to.
Yeah.
And if not, the doctor will figure it out. Like I'm going to my appointments because the book tells you go to your appointments. So that's what I
Yeah.
to me, it's like you have a new tummy. So
Mm-hmm.
you're actually feeding it like a baby. Maybe it's just people that's never had
Yeah.
kids, but for me, it was like I'm feeding it like a baby. Hence why we did the
Mm-hmm.
liquid, right? Then we went to soft foods and then we went to whole foods. And I had a puree stage. I don't know if you did. Um,
Yeah, I did too.
and so it took me about 2 months to get through all my stages. So I literally
Mm-hmm.
treated it like a baby. So it was more or less like introducing than restricting because I feel like, oh, maybe my stomach's like not gonna like it and I don't want to puke. So we're just gonna I'm a slow
Yeah.
roller. Like I just don't I'm like, we'll slow roll everything. Like as long as I get the result, Melanie will literally be a turtle. Like it's fine.
Yeah, you're not expecting like your taste buds change, things that you had no problems with. Like I never thought that eggs would be the devil. But like
Like it now? Oh
after
no.
surgery, I can't handle eggs. I used to love eggs, like a good omelet. I could eat them like at the beginning of my surgery, I couldn't even eat them. I can eat them now, but they just do not hit the same. It's still kind of like
Oh
I have to
no.
force
I
myself when I
love
need the protein. I'm
yeah.
just like, let me just eat these eggs, but I can't do eggs anymore.
Yeah, girl. I fell in love with eggs. That was like one of my first things I ate that was like semi whole food, no
Yeah.
food, during that
And that's what I found out. I was like, ooh, I finally get to eat. And it was eggs.
it was
Bad
eggs.
decision.
You know what's interesting? I can care less about pizza. Like even having it, like I had it with Shay. She came over and we remodeled the room, the studio, and we had pizza. And I was like, it's good, but I could really care less. Like
I feel like when the food has that many like not layers, but ingredients and stuff, it's like it's difficult to digest because you
it
have the
is.
bread and the meat, and it's like
It's
I'll
too
eat
much.
it all separate, maybe.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was like, I kind of just want to take off the sausage and the pepperoni and just dip it
Mhm.
by itself.
'Cause I'm like that with salad too. Like, I don't know, it's just so much going on with the salad, it just doesn't hit the same
Oh my
anymore.
god, I made a bomb ass salad last night, and it took me hours to eat because because I still can't I can't make small salads. I try so hard. So hard. But like even I think it's because now I like a lot more veggies. So now it's like, okay, I'm just doing like a handful of each veggie. But after a while, that's like so big.
That's funny. I'm like that with fajita bowls.
Oh,
I start off with the smallest bowl, and it's still I was like, I only did a half a scoop, but when you do a half a scoop of everything, it still piles up, and you're just like, "This is gonna take me forever to eat."
forever, forever. And I was like, okay, I put like tinfoil over it because I just kept eating it because I could see it. And my stomach
Mhm.
was like getting hurt because like I had so much different types of food in it. I was like, okay, put it in the fridge. And then I'll eat it
Yeah.
in an hour. It literally took my body a full hour to digest it to where I could eat again. I was like, oh shit, this is
Yep.
wild. So good though.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so you still have trouble because I'm like, why do
Yeah.
I keep making these big portions? And I try really hard, and I know I'm not going to eat it all, but I don't know.
I think
Certain ones I just can't. And still, I look at them like I don't know why I put all this on my plate.
100%. And I think now I know that it'll take me a while to eat. So eventually I'll eat all of it. So in my head, I'm like, oh,
Hmm.
I'm going to eat all of it. Just let's give it
Yeah,
time. It's one of those. And because it's always a
and I
salad.
like to pick food that I don't mind being cold because I might
Yes.
not go back and heat it up. I'll just take another bite later.
That's actually a big tip, guys, for you listening. Get used to shit getting cold. If you can actually like your food cold, you're going to do wonderful on this.
Yeah,
Like if you are,
absolutely.
because I was a pain in the ass in the beginning, but then after a while, I'm like, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So,
I had a friend, she actually bought one of those, like, warming mats
okay.
because she couldn't handle I think that lasted, like, a month before she was just like, "Whatever, I'm just gonna eat
Like, fuck it.
it."
We're doing this. Yep. Because and
Exactly.
I know people, I hear people, oh, actually, a lot of people do this where like I'll eat, say, like I just make it. So it's hot as fresh. So it's like steak and rice and broccoli and whatever, right? And I'll put
Mhm.
it together. I'll eat it. and then I'll put it down. But then I don't put it in the fridge though. Like I'll cover it and I'll kind of just leave it in the kitchen and then I'll come
Yeah.
back because I don't, when you
Mhm.
put it in the fridge, it changes like the
It's
taste, the
different.
texture, the whole thing. So, okay.
It's
So you
different.
still do that.
Yes.
Okay.
And if I am going to eat it like over a few days, then it needs to be something that I don't mind being reheated.
Right. Yeah.
Because if not, like certain things, like I'm not going to reheat potatoes. I'm not going to reheat broccoli. Those are the things that I just don't want reheated. So it needs to be a good meal that I know every time I reheat it, I want it because I'm going to have to eat off of this 3 days.
100%. My scramble that I make, it lasted actually 3 days. It was 3 mornings. I added like an extra egg every morning to it just to like give it, some fluff, but it was delicious. I was like, yeah, I guess I could just eat this for fucking 3 days. But it worked. Like, find things, guys. I'm telling you, 10 years out, this is some advice that like I wish I knew. Just find things you actually like and then have that a lot. If your brain doesn't crave variety, then who cares? Do full routine, do the same meals. It doesn't matter as long as you're hitting your numbers. And that's on you.
Yeah.
What you want in your body, what you want to taste every day. Don't let the like chaotic of other people pressure you and being like, isn't it weird that you eat that every day? No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Please stop commenting about my food. Appreciate it. I just did a reel about that. I don't know. It's been bothering me lately. So I'm like, oh, we're going to talk about it.
Because you have to change your mindset. Food now has a different purpose.
Yep.
So if the purpose is for nutrition, substance, getting your goals, you just want something that you can eat and it stays and it doesn't make you sick. Like it's not entertainment anymore. It's not supposed to give you joy. So you look for that in other things.
Well, it's nice, and you can still get joy from it. But it's just like I kind of enjoy the routine of it, to be honest. Like, and knowing that the flavor is still good every day is awesome.
This episode may end here, but the journey doesn't. Parallel Paths is the Bariatric Paths membership for people who want continued support, real conversations, and connection beyond the podcast. If that sounds like what you need right now, go to www.bariatricpaths.com and see if the community feels like the next right step for you. Remember, your journey is yours, but you are not alone. Go out there and crush it. Bye. This podcast is for support and inspiration only. It is not medical advice. Always talk to your doctor or care team about what's right for you.